guys. So, I'm just going to be honest right off the bat that this video is not going to have an end to it. So if you're looking for that nicely tied bow at the end of a video, this is not that video. So, sorry. In reality, I'm kind of just making this video for myself because it's going to be about me, which is a little weird for me personally because I like to keep my personal life and my online life kind of separate. But I think having a moment to kind of just be real and a little genuine and honest with myself and kind of just put it somewhere away from majority of the seeing eyes that follow me would be kind of nice for myself. I really just need a second to breathe and kind of yell into a void, and the best place for me luckily is my YouTube audience because it's a lot smaller and it's a nice place for a long-winded session of jumbled thoughts. And I'm going to note that this is not going to be scripted. I opted out for my own sanity, but also I just kind of gave myself loose points to go along with all the thoughts that were just kind of plaguing my mind. I just wanted to present myself in a very open and honest version because I also want to kind of use this to look back on almost. Because I'm really good at being honest with myself, but the problem here is I'm really bad at being kind to myself. It's a work in progress, but I think we're all kind of just works in progress. And I think that's kind of the thing that I tend to forget is being human is growing, it's learning, it's changing. And I kind of sometimes forget that. I get so focused on the details of things and I kind of lose that full picture of everything going on and what could be. And I kind of just focus on this one thing and I get so fixated on it. Like I've been really stuck on who am I as a person, but also just as an artist, because I really just can't seem to get my head around what I want to even do with myself. I keep doing this thing where, oh, it's too late for me to do this. Oh, everyone else is already doing that. And I kind of get stuck in this frozen section of my mind that I don't think I can do things. And it sucks because I really want to be able to do things. And I think I'm my own worst enemy in a way that is non-beneficial to myself. And frankly, it's causing me harm. It's hurting me both mentally and emotionally, and it's taking a toll on just me, but other people, and it sucks. But it doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a failure either, and I think that's the problem is I'm so afraid to fail that I don't realize that me being indecisive and non-straightforward with what I want is causing me to fail. I'm failing before I even really got started, and I say that with the thought of I have started. Me getting up every day and doing what I do is me starting. It is me doing. I am in the middle of living, and thus I am in the middle of the careers that I am trying to form for myself. And I say careers because I'm really not sure what I want to do with my life, and saying it at the age that I am is a little unfortunate, to say the least. Like, somehow I've gone into not working one, not two, but 3 jobs, and I'm miserable. I'm honestly miserable. And it sucks because I don't want to have to say that. Because I've always prided myself on being a hard worker. I not only do those 3 jobs, I work every single day of the week. On top of it, I run an Etsy store. I do commissions. I draw for myself when I can. I try to balance the social life and also raise my pets and handle all the bills and responsibilities of being an adult on my own. I should feel successful. I should feel fulfilled. I don't feel those things. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm longing, I'm yearning for something, and I can't grasp what exactly it is. And it's frustrating. It's suffocating even because I stand there and I don't know why I'm not happy. Is it because I'm doing too much? Is it because I'm doing a full-time job with... I don't know. And it sucks because there are days when I think I am doing the best I can. And yet, lately, it feels like the bad days are more than good. And it sucks. It really sucks because I don't know what to do. It's like, what do I do? Just drop everything and run off and try to make it big as an artist and live that life that I so envy and wish I had chosen and dug my heels into earlier in my life. And I just don't feel like I can do that. I don't feel like I have the ability to just take a jump off a cliff because there's so many things, so many lives that are important to me that I have to protect. I have to keep them safe. And things have changed a lot. I am not the same person I was a year ago, 6 months ago, hell, even a week ago. I'm different. I've changed, and so has everyone else in my life. And yet, I kind of thought I'd have it figured it out at this point, that I knew what I would be doing. I've been doing my job for 5 years. I've switched locations, obviously, and I've moved a few times, but I'm still doing that, so shouldn't that be good enough? And it just doesn't feel like it is. And it really sucks because I don't know what to do. And that's not something anyone would want to admit. No human being wants to admit they don't know what they're doing, because not knowing what you're doing makes you feel dumb. It makes you feel stupid. It makes you feel uneducated, and you don't want to look stupid. And I'm now saying this to the entire public internet, that I feel stupid. I am someone with 2 degrees and a buttload of debt that tells you I definitely know how to do education and how to pass a test, but I feel like I'm failing at the game of life. And that really, really sucks when I have probably never been happier as a person emotionally outside of my financial earnings situation, right? Like, I am madly in love with someone. I have the dog of my dreams who is a sweetheart with all of her reckless nonsense in mind. I have lovely guinea pigs. I have a parent who loves me and a sibling who cares about me. And I have people who cherish and value my opinion and presence. So why do I still feel so unfulfilled? And it all boils down to my job. I'm not even going to talk about the fact that I have 3 jobs. That's not, it is part of the issue, right? Because it has pulled me further away from the thing I love doing, and that is making art. So maybe I thought that if I did something adjacent to art, like teaching a media that is close enough to art, but is not fully there, because the industry, unfortunately, when it comes to education, is not exactly on par with the concept of modern art design. We're still back in the rocks and stick ages of traditional design, only traditional, never digital. And I still haven't found that weird niche area somewhere in this universe that lets me be able to educate people in that craft. I've still not made it to the point where I can make the college me proud, because the college me sat there for 6 years and was like, why is there not enough classes that implement modern digital art technology? Because I sat there with college professors who were skilled in their careers outside of teaching, but did not have the technical skill to educate me or my classmates on digital art. And I, to this day, am flummoxed by that. I can't even turn around and ask my school what they're currently doing, because they currently don't even exist. They were defunded by the state. I like, what do you say to that? Like, that is not a great start of a conversation, right? Like, I spent all this money to go to a school that no longer exists within less than 10 years of my going there. So yeah, needless to say, I feel like I'm stuck in a spiral of just nonsense. Like, I still cannot find anywhere in 2025, in my area at least, maybe exists somewhere else, probably in California, knowing my luck, because what's not there, you know? Besides overpriced, nonsensical living opportunities and, you know, the decline in probably the animation market. It's great, you know, and the forest fires are probably still super hot, you know. It's just not great over there. But really, is there anywhere in the lovely states that I've been born and raised in really great right now? But we're not going to talk about that. Not exactly, not specifically anyway. It will come up. sooner than later when we talk about my online store. Don't you worry. But yeah, needless to say, that is the thing that I wish I could somehow find and cultivate. That is what I'm missing. That is what I'm yearning for, is the ability to educate people who want to know about digital media and digital art. I want to be able to educate them on that. And it just doesn't exist in the school system. I'm just kind of having to learn that now, going 5 years into my job, is like, it just doesn't exist. And it sucks because kids want that. Adults want that. Everyone wants that in their lives. And to be able to obtain that information, that knowledge, is either behind such a major paywall or just unattainable from resources. And not to say there's not a ton of resources online. There is so many talented people that exist in this world that are pushing their content onto line to educate people who want to know, because people are thirsty. They are yearning for more of this, and there's just not a lot of it, and it sucks. And that is part of why I feel so unfulfilled in my job, because I spend day to day with people who don't really get it and don't want to get it and don't have interest in getting it, because school isn't the most fun place to be, and I get that, but like, it just sucks. And it just makes my job hard, and it makes it hard to want to go back. And the days till summer are clicking down, and I am so much counting them down with bloody fingers as I scrape to the finish line. And it's not how I want to feel at all. And I know for a fact I don't want to do the other silly part-time jobs I have, because anything, they have made it a little bit less bearable, because there is no break. There is no gap. There is no breathing room in my week. I go from one job to the other, and then suddenly I am back in the cycle again, and it is rinse and repeat, and I am exhausted. And my art is suffering because of it. I have to say that. My store is suffering because of that. I cannot make as much content as I used to. I cannot keep up with it. I barely can function my store. And it sucks. Because that's the stuff that I like doing. I like making stuff for my store. I like making videos and doing all this other stuff. Like the whole like thing of making these dumb little animatics it's brought a lot of joy for me. And also surprisingly gotten reactions, which to be honest, I didn't really expect much from it, because like I kept that side of my thing, and I kind of was trying to keep my one account professional, and I kind of was like, nah, you know what, I'll throw these up here, why not? Because I kept making a few, and I was like, sure, why not? And they actually get a lot of traction, which I'm kind of surprised by. I'm grateful, obviously, but surprised by. And I also feel like a lot of me just kind of never really wants to commit fully to it, in the fear of it never lasting forever. I don't want to go and commit everything into something that's going to turn into like a professional football like career, and I'm done in like a couple years, and it's like, oh, now I gotta find a different job. But at the same time, I think that's just kind of a part of life, and something I'm slowly realizing as I'm getting older. It's just like nothing lasts forever, unfortunately. Heck, take the visuals from this video. They're from my webcomic that I made a chapter of it, got into the second chapter, and it slowly just kind of died like a year ago, because Art Fight's coming around next month, I realized, and I was like, that's when I stopped. That's when I stopped uploading, because I ran out of stuff in my queue, because I had made the whole chapter before publishing it online, and then I started the second chapter, and then life got busy, as it always does for me. And it sucks, because I really liked making that webcomic. And there's nothing stopping me from going back to it, honestly, except for myself. I'm too busy. I feel too busy. And you know what? I use being busy as my excuse to avoid the fear of failing. Because my fear is I will do all of this work, and it will be for nothing. And that is terrifying to me. That everything I believe and push myself into doing will amount to nothing. And that's crazy. Because it is my everything. My art specifically, has been my everything. It has been a comfort, a reliable source, an outlet, a passion, even a finance at this point. I have to. I've made a decent amount of money over the years doing it, but not ever enough to sustain myself. Not even enough to quit my stupid part-time jobs. And I wish it did. But wishing is not gonna change anything. I have to do something about it, and I have to be smarter about it, and it's rough because it's like your first child and it's sacred to you and you don't want anyone to tell you what to do with it, and it sucks because I think I do. I think I need to start turning to people and trying to figure out what I can do with this and how I can excel with it. Because I can't keep living as it being the side thing that doesn't get to be the focus of my life. Because it is the focus of my life, because it's always been there. I haven't been kind to my skill. I've been neglectful of it and ignorant of it, and it's not fair. I can do something with it. I know I can. But I have to show it, and I have to do something instead of just saying, oh, well, I know I can do something. I have to show it. To myself, to everyone. I have to. So yeah, this has been my very long-winded rant about just my current thoughts, about my current life, and things I just need to do that I have to change. I don't know what those changes are, right? I'm still in the works of figuring that out, but I'm kind of making this video for myself to kind of show to myself that I do want to change. I want to make more out of myself from this, and we got to start making some steps, because these little crawls, they're just not it if I really want change. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, thanks for coming. I appreciate the company through this crazy nonsense, and I hope you guys like whatever comes next from me. But for now, my socials are at the end of the video, as always. Have a good day.